All right. 3, 2,
For real?
1.
Yeah.
Theme song.
See, I don't think we're live until the theme song comes on. I'm dying over here.
You think it's going to end, but it just keeps going.
I don't hear it at all.
I know, that's
You're
the best
not
part. It's
supposed
just for me.
So we can talk over it the whole time.
Hang on, where's the stream? You gotta stream in here. I don't know what we're looking at.
Oh, he doesn't
There is
have any
nothing to
notes
look
for us.
at. There's
We're
no
just doing
notes.
a base. We're doing a base. We're doing a base one today.
Base
It's gonna
one.
be simple.
Share
We
your
should have just
screen
played
in-
EDA.
Share your screen in
I
Discord.
mean, I
Tony.
did have
have
my
to.
I have my Windgrace deck built
Right.
right now.
You are listening to episode 76 of Paper Player. I'm your host, Tony, and I'm joined with Josh, Jeff, and JB. And yes, we got a full cast. And yes, we all pre-released.
No,
Yeah.
I pre-released on Arena.
why would I ever do that?
You know what, guys?
Welcome to the Paper Player Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Where only 2 of us play paper, and the rest of us go, I like to collect things. I don't like touching my cards.
I just
Hey.
bought 2
This is the guy who
boxes.
doesn't play.
Bro, I went 4-0 once.
I am now able to use my Japanese old bordered Thoughtseize. I haven't had a deck that I played them in yet,
Yeah,
and I've had them for like 2 years. Literally haven't touched them,
that is pretty dope.
but I'm pumped to be playing them now.
Hey,
Oh,
there
there's
it
so many of
is.
us.
As soon as I
Whoa.
brought Twitch up.
Here, there's Tony, Tiny Tony, and Tinier Tony, and Tinier Tony.
Infinite of us.
Mhm, mhm.
You just have to zoom in close enough, and you can see more.
There we go.
Oh,
Whoa! Now
mind
this
equals blown.
Look at this. Whoa.
is this our podcast now?
Now it
This
is.
Enter the Multiverse.
We're gonna download Winamp and get some sweet effects and play some music.
Yeah, I'm gonna need Josh to come up with those '90s tunes. You got 14 episodes left, guy.
14.
Yeah, before you have to come up with
I guess, like, wow.
Well,
Winter's coming up. I don't
welcome to
have,
Paper Player Podcast.
we're cool guys do cool
I already
stuff.
got like an hour of time back in my day because I don't ride my bike anymore.
How was your pre-release, Jeff? I'm gonna ignore Tony because he did well.
I didn't like traditionally pre-release. I went and bought 2 boxes, came home, opened them, and then when it dropped on Arena yesterday, I played, and I did okay. I did the free one, which I did really good. I got Platinum Angel with Swift Boots, which is just gross.
Yeah.
In the last one I did, I went like, I want to say it was like 4 and 3. And I had like Worm Coil Engine, and I had the 2-drop mythic that you pay a blue and it can't be blocked, and then you can make it a 5/4, and then pay 6, draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
So I've been talking with a guy who plays a decent amount of Arena because that's the only way he can really play Magic, and he does a lot of drafting and sealed and all that. This set seems awful for any of that because it's like 2
it's
bomb
terrible.
heavy and
Oh.
2 bomb reliant.
I don't think that at all.
What are you talking about? You open up
Power
some
Stone's
old bordered
I thought
card
this set was
that's
fun.
too good and it stomps everyone and you
Just
just
I mean,
can't lose.
Yeah.
This is Beaver.
I see.
Um,
I played 0 of
yeah,
this set,
just
so
as
I'm
Beaver.
gonna say, Jeff, you are super wrong, or JB, you are super wrong on that.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me give me a second.
Tell me.
hold on, real quick.
Yeah, go on. Keep telling us the story.
Power Stones are way more important than people thought they were going to be.
the only way
Like
you're
that
gonna
is
cast-
like
Or sealed,
Hang on.
sure.
it allows you.
Hang on, I was gonna go into that with my description of what I did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and
that's
I'm
fine.
describing what I did,
I'll let
which
you talk
also
about
involved
it. I'll let you
Power
talk
Stones.
about it. I'll give you my thoughts later.
But being able to play like a lot of the big artifact prototypes for like their high cost is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Yep.
Like I was running the 10/10 with haste and trample, or vigilance and trample, the green one or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I consistently was able to play him as a 10/10. Like I had 2 of the 3 mana blue, draw 2, discard 1, make a power stone. I had a bunch of other stuff. It was super easy to ramp, and like the early game didn't feel like I had to worry about much. You needed like 1, maybe 2 removal spells between turn 1 and 4, and you're fine.
I
But this
swear
is
I've heard
also
you guys.
sealed.
I've heard you guys complain that a bad draft and sealed format is when it's nothing but bombs all day.
But that's
When
not
you
the
can't
format.
answer the bombs.
This isn't nothing but bombs. You can win with like you can win with those like
You have common
prototypes
10-10s. You have common
that are like
10-10s.
super big.
Which
Mhm.
yeah, but a 10-10, wouldn't that still be a bomb? That's a 10-10.
My point is you
Also-
don't need to open a rare to have a bomb.
Oh, agreed. Yeah, it's just it's Land of Titans, man. It's just big creatures.
This set plays like Rise of Eldrazi's.
Mm-hmm.
I know that. So I played some of that.
My like limited. So I played in the pre-release,
Mm-hmm.
and my pool was really like gross. I had the blue-white Urza,
Yeah.
and I had the like
Red.
dude that attacks and it mills half your library, and I had the 8-mana 8/8 mythic that has Annihilator. I had the Eldrazi.
Yep.
And I like ran over my round 1 opponent. I played the store owner in round 2.
Yeah.
And I beat him. That was kind of fun. Sorry.
You're wrecked, dude.
And then round 3, I think round 3 I played against a guy that was actually I went to 3, and that was a test of skill.
Yeah.
The guy knew what he was doing. And then round 4, I didn't talk about my deck. So I had a pretty good deck to go 3-0. I did talk about my deck. I had the bombs, and I played Power Stones because I had all these bombs. I was like, I'm just going to play all the Power Stone cards I have in my pool and, ramp to these things.
Yeah.
And it felt really powerful. Like Jeff was saying in
Mhm.
Limited, it felt really powerful to ramp to that like big stuff and slam it. And then in the finals, I did the Eldrazi thing game 1, and then in game 2, I got him down to 0 cards in library with like that dude attacks and mills your deck or whatever, and
Yep.
then
Rounded up.
right. Well, and like in the time, the way the turns progressed or whatever, he had no cards in the library, but I was at 6 life. He swings for 5. Or like he swings with his team, and like the best I can do is I had the best blocks, and 5 damage got through, but it was one with the equipped Kaidas spike.
Where you lose
That
half your life
says
after the damage.
Half your life is at 1 is still 0, and I was like, oh my god,
Yep.
tilted.
Yeah.
And then game 3 he got underneath me. So I did not win the pre-release, but I did take 2nd place, and I felt good. I got nothing in my collector packs. But then on Monday, I did a draft, and I was like, oh wow, the Power Stones felt really powerful. I'm gonna draft that deck again. I played in the pre-release. I know it's good.
Yeah.
And I went 0-3, and like the aggro decks and draft are so good. Like the just like blue-white soldiers.
Yeah,
That
if you can
deck
get
is
the deck, man.
really good.
Yeah.
The red-green deck is overwhelming too.
I've been seeing a lot of
Um,
lists that are like posting like 7-0 lists that are just monocolored, and we can go into that a little bit later.
Yeah. I think Ollie's deck could have been monocolored, but the like red spells are just the red spells limited are so like gotcha. Like +2/+0 first strike
And trample.
and trample.
Oh, yeah.
Like that card's gross. And then there's like the +2/+0 to your entire team.
Or you make 2 1/1s.
Yeah. There's so like the red spells, like combat tricks are really good.
And
in
there's
this
that
set.
4-drop. I think he's a common 2/4 where you can pay 2 mana and he gains double strike.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really easy to
Right.
pump him.
And the removal sucks. I was like high picking disenchant draft.
Well, yeah, I mean, Disenchant is
It's
like,
good.
really good main deck.
Turns out. Super strong.
Yeah, the
How was your
format.
experience, Tony?
So I went to the case flight and won my first 2 rounds. My deck was actually really bad. It was a really low power deck. I didn't have any of the prototypes that exceeded more than 7 mana, so I didn't have anywhere to put my Power Stones. I did have that 2-drop common that if you spend 7 mana, you can put 2 1/1 counters on it, and then it can't be blocked by artifacts. But that was my only mana sink. So I was beating people up with like Rock Hunters, which is like the 3/1 reach guy. And then I drew my next 2 rounds, got into top 8, and then played against the 7-5 Ward Menace guy. Got bodied by it really hard. I couldn't stand a chance again. He made it a 3-3 prototype. I traded off with it. He reanimated it. I destroyed it. He reanimated it again. And every time I target it, I have to pay 7 life. It's like, yeah, I just couldn't beat that card, even with all my removal. It didn't matter. But yeah, I mean, so that's good. Sealed plays really slow, and a lot of people are doing a lot of dirtle stuff, which why I was able to get away with stuff, because people are trying out things. But there's a lot of things I like about the set right now. One, the draft has capability to go monocolored, and it's because of these cards here, where you have Late Arms, Flow of Knowledge, Corrupt,
So good.
the 04 Mountain guy, and then the green one, which is Blanchwood Armor. These are the 3 I would actually care about playing. The other 2 I don't care about. The other 2 seemed really weak. But
Dude, Blanchwood is so good.
see, everybody was
Corrupt
telling me
is super good too.
Yeah, Corrupt is insane. Corrupt will, like, if you're the
Change
only
the
one
time.
drafting mono black, you're gonna get 3 of them.
Yeah. You just stomp
Blanchwood's
people.
gross, but not when Disenchant is the best card in the set.
Yep, and then that's why I was going here. So these are common removals, and then I didn't even get to the green section yet that I was looking up. So you have Overwhelming Remorse, which is 5 mana, but it costs 1 less for each creature. This game's go long. So black for essentially a Source of Plowshares to get target creatures and planeswalkers. Power Stone Fractioner. You have a bunch of Power Stones laying around, so you're able to just destroy target creature or planeswalker. Disenchant, which just hits all the huge prototype cards, and then Raise the Ground, which can't be countered. And also you get the bonus when you get to hit their Power Stone and draw a card.
I mean, I'm glad they put in enough removal for like artifact stuff, because it was like, dude, if you did not do that, it would have been terrible. It would have been awful.
Of course. I mean, even if you like take away Disenchant and this other one, the removal's still like somewhat good, like in black, where that's where removal should be.
But if you have like a ground of clogged creatures, though, it sucks. Like
You're just waiting.
I said that maybe that was the point, is that they want to clog up the ground because it's a war, you know?
Yeah, so you're supposed to like clog the ground. Well, it's not supposed to be clogged up, but you end up with like 2 3s and 3 4s and all these weird stats, and then you get to a late game and you're like, all right, I drew my 10 mana guy. Here's a 10/10 trampler. Now we can actually start attacking. And,
Right.
dude, I was clowning people with Giant Growth.
Oh my god, I
Gotcha.
got by the red green deck, got me with Giant Growth. I was like, oh my gosh.
So I don't know. I had this in my sealed deck yesterday
I
when
didn't even know it was in the set.
I was playing on Arena, and I didn't read this card, and this is why this card's $25. The Great Worm.
Oh,
Well, it's actually
Where's
$4 now. It was
Worm?
$25.
I told you, yeah.
yeah, you just get a bonus. It's like getting an extra land, colorless
No.
land.
It's whenever a land. So when you're
I
playing,
know, that's what I mean. It's like getting an extra colorless land
Oh,
every
wow.
time.
I ended up with like someone played Evolving Wilds on me. I was like, uh-oh.
I get to.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was able to, like,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it counts every land.
It's
Oh.
their lands too.
I didn't read that.
Yeah.
That's
So,
what you
That-
Too
meant.
bad
It
Power
doesn't-
Stones suck, though. Power Stones kind of
dude,
suck.
when your deck has like 2 mana sinks, you cannot lose. So it's just
Right.
like,
When
Yeah.
you have like 20 mana.
If you have a sink, it's good, but you can't use them to cast any of your cards.
Dude, I had
Oh,
Well, draft a sink,
I
man.
use, that's how you cast your 10/10 early.
Yeah, so I had exactly. I was able to like I played this card, and then the next turn I was casting 10 mana cards. It was so stupid.
You cast all your big dumb
I'm looking at-
prototypes.
I was talking like from an EDH perspective. When you were saying this starts like $25, and then I read it, I was like, "Oh, this would EDH. I don't think this would be that good in EDH."
No. But this card was the bee's knees for me yesterday in sealed. I had this and Staff of Domination, so I was just like, oh yeah, I'll just do
Couldn't you
whatever
just
I
go-
want.
Oh no, you can't go infinite.
No, but it was pretty sweet, dude. Like I can't lie.
I love that, like, there's so many of like the random artifact stuff. Like, I know sometimes it sucks. Your opponent plays like a Worm Coil Engine or something, but
Yep.
it's actually a lot of fun to like play with those random cards. Like, I got a Helm of the Host in one of my sealeds, which that was fun to like play around with.
I was able to the Helm of the Host is a sweet card too. The 3 this card's actually a sleeper. I think this card's really
Oh
good.
yeah, I played that. Yeah,
Card's really good. I was
Which
really
card?
really
I did
surprised.
not
X's
think
are
that card was that
good. Especially when you have all the mana to dump into it, you're just like, boom.
Oh yeah.
He's
I,
a big
uh,
boy.
Yes.
I got to double
Maybe I
giant.
should've.
I got to double Giant Growth this and just tap for 9 mana. Just make my Giant Growth into Dark Ritz. It was so sweet.
God.
Yeah, this set's a lot of fun. There's a lot of stuff all over the place going on.
9 mana.
People got by that Hex Might thing.
Yeah, they did.
Right,
I've been
like-
using it. I used it twice in 2 different seals, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
When I meant got, I thought you could just like Swords to Plowshare with that, something with that. It was non-creature.
Yeah, it's
It's non-creature.
Dude,
And you gain
It's
the life.
a bit
not them.
worse.
I played against back-to-back Saheeli's round 1 and round 2 of the thing.
Suck.
Yeah, it's not
They're
good.
bad. I know.
They
I
just
told
don't-
you that at the start. You guys were like, "I might be good."
No, I
There's
think it's
no
good
way.
outside of limited.
No, I don't think it's good anywhere.
Planeswalkers just aren't what they used to be. They're just kind of they're kind of a clone.
We'll
now.
see.
I just in this day and age, like your effects of a for a planeswalker to be good, I think you have to be 3 mana. I think that's the new rule. Like
I mean,
anything that's
or
4
just
5 mana.
Urza, because Urza's seeing play a bunch in standard right
That's
now.
not really a planeswalker. Like it is.
It
a
turns
planeswalker.
into a planeswalker.
Right. But you're playing it because the two of cards in combination are ridiculous. Urza by itself, making your instants and sorceries cost like 1 less, and artifacts is like really stupid. I played against that in sealed yesterday.
Oh, I removed that bitch right away.
The card is really sick.
I only opened, what is it, the Weakened Power Stone or whatever, but I got both
God,
pieces.
I'd love to open that. I'd love to open that Mishra. And,
I got both
sealed.
pieces. I got both pieces of Mishra.
No, I'm talking about the rare one. Just give everything hexproof. Like, oh yeah, good luck.
Yeah. So
Hope you got lots of cards over there.
there's
And
a
I've
lot.
got my 2 Teferis now,
I think
too.
what makes it so fun is there's a lot of random cards that you can just get in the draft. Like you can see worm coils and all that. I think that's the fun. But then they have cards like Shoot Down, which completely get it. Like exile target creature, creature with flying, artifact, or enchantment. So that's like you should be playing this like 3 or 4 X main deck because
Yep.
You guys see the Pioneer deck with Gwenna
I did
Eyes
not.
of Gaia, the infinite.
Yeah, you just make infinite mana.
with Aceract. You just kill him with Aceract.
Which one's Astract?
It's the 3 mana 5/5.
Dungeon guy.
The dungeon guy, and then whenever you cast a creature spell with power 5 or greater, you get to put a 1/1 counter on and tap it. So you play this and Bergie, and then you get the infinite. Just go through the dungeon.
Take me to the dungeon.
Got him.
It's a collective company deck because both Bergie and Gwenna are both 3. So you just go and
What colors is it?
It's Jund.
Oh,
I love Collected Company for whatever reason. I've never played it, but I love that card.
Yeah.
My
Fauna Shaman.
the highlight of my Magic. The highlight of my Magic career is casting a Collected Company I stole off of a Ragavan,
I remember
Check this
that.
out. Here's another.
which I then proceeded to hit another Ragavan and a DRC.
Yep. This card I played with, I had in one of my sealed pools. It's medium. It's not great.
yeah.
This is probably, I would have to say, as of right now, this card's, I think, the best card in the set. It is
Unbeatable, yeah.
So when you answer it, it costs you so much.
All your life. Yeah.
Are
It's
you referring to
bad.
just limited or in general?
Just limited.
Limited?
This thing is medium and everywhere else, but with this in combination with like green cards, like the +1/+1 counter and hexproof, and 3 other abilities, trample, haste,
Would you-
and whatever.
Would you laugh at someone for playing that on the 3 mana side of it in sealed?
They did.
No.
It was good.
Would you really?
It's a 3/3 lifelinker with menace.
I guess it's got menace. That makes
And
it a lot better.
Black has
And
there's
Ward
a lot
3.
of there's a lot of reanimation in this set too, in the sense of like white has it, black has it, and there's ways to retrieve cards back to your hand. So it's like you should just play it on curve if you have to. But like someone played that and then played this with me with it where it gains reach, trample, hexproof, indestructible, and it's like. So when you go to double
card's
block it,
good.
you just get completely hosed. You're like, yeah, I just auto lose because you just gained 8 life, killed both my creatures, and then if I want to remove this thing, it's going to cost me 7 life next turn. So all right,
God.
yeah, it's the bee's knees for sure. But yeah, this set has just a lot going on with it. The things that are like most notable. This shade seems like it's going to be pretty relevant, or whatever. In the sack decks that exist in modern, in Pioneer, I should say. I haven't seen any Gix decks yet.
He's
but-
been popping up in standard, but I haven't seen him outside of that.
Yeah.
He is pretty pricey though. I think he's like $15 or $20.
The white decks, I don't think gained anything other than this recruitment officer, so that you play 4 of these.
And
now.
the 4-drop. There's gonna be a blue-white soldier deck, man. That 4-drop Grand
Muriel?
Abolisher. Yeah.
This
Card
card
is
is
gross.
it definitely can take a game away, especially.
Because like it with its ability, it's not based on attacking creatures. It's just soldiers in general.
Yeah, dude. When we were doing the set review last week, I missed this card. Like we talked about it, but then I forgot that Caracas was a thing, so you could just keep bouncing this thing with Caracas. I was like, oh, that's why this card is disgusting.
Yeah, the person.
But hang on, in what it's so in Legacy was the only
like
format you can play it in.
the green white, like the Maverick deck wants it. I know
the Maverick
that.
deck. If you have Rex Sages, you're upgrading.
Like
to
a
this.
one of.
Yeah, because you get to play like. Well, sorry. Let me.
Well, you're already going to be Green Sun Zenithing a lot, and you can always
well,
pull it with
Correct.
that.
So Rex Sage.
Huh? You can't correct it. Well, it's pretty good when one of the most dominant decks is Urza Saga.
You're getting at that. You can, in addition to this card being good, you can Caracas it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a value machine for you
Also,
if you have nothing to Caracas.
You can tutor it. You play it as a 1-of because Recruiter of the Guard goes and gets it. So
Yep.
that's where the flavor of this card is. You just go and get it. Yeah. So this card's actually probably the best card in the set, like for Legacy. When I like thought about it again, I was like, oh yeah, Caracas is the thing. Wow, that's way better.
Yep. I would have never even thought of it.
Yeah. So that's you play it. Well, I mean, even the mono white decks, Mother of Runes decks, they're gonna play this. They play Aether Vial and whatever. So
Yep.
you just go and get this. But yeah. So have you guys drafted the set at all?
I have not drafted. I've only done sealed.
Only done sealed.
yeah, I drafted.
Okay. I haven't had the chance to draft, but like I'm just gonna try to take this. Like I've seen somebody post a mono white deck that had 3 of these in there because if you're not mono white, you don't want this because you need planes or whatever. And just having like a super Swords of Plowshares seems so good.
Card is.
Draft Monday night.
I'm
Unfortunately,
actually
it's too
off Monday. I might.
I haven't tried Flow of Knowledge either yet, but I would assume maybe there's a mono blue deck, but it seems like mono white and mono black are going to be the 2 ways to go just because Corrupt is like, you can just dome them for 7, and you should be the only guy at the table that wants Corrupt. So if anyone, you're not playing this in like your 8-7 split, whatever deck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right. So have you guys played any constructed with these things yet? I have not gotten the chance. The only thing I want to build is right now White Weenie, just because that's like one of the better decks in Pioneer that I want to play 4 Recruitment Officer with.
Haven't played any because like it just hit Arena yesterday.
Right.
So I haven't really had time. I'm sure there's something that'll go into the mono blue tempo deck, but I don't know what.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I'm trying to save up wild cards because I kind of like soldiers look like they're going to be a lot of fun and pretty resilient. So like that's something I'm like looking forward to.
Sure.
And right now, I know we're Play Per Player podcast, but I did want to talk about something from Arena real quick.
Is it
so an
Alchemy card?
No, Alchemy's not out. The new Alchemy set's not out yet.
Sure.
So when they did the big announcement, when they made the whole thing of we don't have the technology, they had announced they were going to do that like $50 pack where it comes with like 4 mythics and like 5 rares and stuff.
Yeah.
They have now released on Arena for $10 you get 4 rare wild cards, or for $20 you can get 4 mythics. Which like still not amazing, but it's way closer to like actual real life prices than it is to what the Arena economy used to be.
Yep.
It's a step in the right direction because like $250 per rare isn't awful, and $5 per mythic is pretty average.
Yeah.
Plus now, if you spend gold and buy packs, if you buy 10 packs, you get a free. It's called a gold pack, and it comes with it's like something like 6 or 8 rares. One's guaranteed from the set, and the rest are duplicate protected. So they're like trying to like build the economy better.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just scary because normally whenever they do this, there's some downside to it, and we haven't found the downside yet. So it's kind of scary. Like, are they going to start charging more? Or... But right now, Arena's not. It's at its cheapest to get in that it's been at in a very long time.
The economy is too much. It's just they don't have a. If they really wanted people to stick with Arena and There's a lot to be said about Arena, but it's really just you need to make a system where people can exchange cards. Wild cards.
Oh,
don't
agreed.
do it.
Dusting should be a thing.
You just need to add a dusting system, and then people can. The people that are playing Arena 9 times out of 10 are probably also playing in paper, and splitting your money between a collection like that. One feels bad just because when you spend money on Arena that is sunk cost, you will never get that money back. Whereas I know there's this illusion of paper magic where you spend money on cards and theoretically you could sell them maybe one day for some money returns or just even more than what you invested into. But still, like that is where the heart of the game really exists. You know, the collectability. Whereas Arena, there's no collectability. It's just playing the game, and the formats that exist on Arena are just meh.
I mean, I think Explorer isn't terrible. Once it hits Pioneer, it'll be really, really good.
Again, they'll have to take that away from us because then people will never spend money, and then we'll run into the Modern Horizons era of Pioneer where it's like, well, nobody's spending money on this anymore because they have their locked decks, and because they play so much, they have 50 mythic wild cards. If people are using it for like a Pioneer engine, they need people that are playing it just for Pioneer, which whatever percent of the population is doing that, to spend money. And if they already, like I said, if you have an established deck, you're not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but Pioneer is also a format that gets affected by standard packs way more than Modern ever did. I mean, I'm not saying it's like changing it constantly,
Right.
but that does force people to spend somewhat money. But there's also people that play like nothing but like there's a lot of people that play Explorer and Historic now, but like Arena still makes a crap ton of money because a lot of people use it just to draft and play sealed because they can't.
Well,
That's where the true money comes from on Arena for Wizards.
Yeah, well, it's the inverse of that actually. Where the money comes from is when people want to get into it and run out of gems, so they want to play standard because it's their way to accumulate gems without getting crushed all the time. So then they spend money to do their stupid wild packs. You know, they don't want free to play accounts existing, and that's why the price points are where they're at.
Yeah,
no, agreed.
You could be free to play. It's just going to cost you 6 hours a day. And it's how much are you really going to invest then, you know?
And they banned the deck that would make it only take you 15 minutes a day.
Yep.
Lame.
I mean, I'm obviously not free to play, but I've never at one single moment dropped more than like the $20 for like a season or the battle pass or whatever.
Are you going to drop that on your camera?
The cube, yeah. We need to edit Josh's cube so I can dominate you guys in the cube again.
Yeah, so I played Pioneer today.
Oh, I was in last thing. And I'm excited because we get Monastery, Swift Spear, and fucking Explorer finally.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It's the one
Swift
card we
Spear.
were like missing besides Eidolon.
That wasn't in Consul. Hold on. Is Consul here not legal?
Hans isn't on there.
I know, but I'm just thinking in my head. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Go for it, JB. You played Pioneer. How was Grease Fang?
I like it a lot. It's goofy.
It's a good deck.
The two of my matches I threw to not putting. So I had to re-download MTGO today because I haven't played it since the update.
Yep.
And I have not set up my triggers properly. And I definitely went to combat in 2 different matches. I threw because I went to a game 3 instead of just winning game 2 and ending it. I threw it to not having the combat trigger set up and just not getting to attack with my Parhelion.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, that's good. Just throw away these games.
You gotta have that stop on
I won't be able to crew this.
pre-combat.
Funny.
Yeah, so I did that twice in match 1, and then in match 2 I forgot to do it and set it. And then I kind of just whiffed. It was like Green-White Angels I was playing against. It was Mirror match 1, Green-White Angels match 2. I just kind of whiffed in the end on my 3rd game. I just couldn't hit anything. I now understand why people hate Karn and Pioneer, because I played against Mono Green for my 3rd game.
Yep.
And having all of those answers available to you on turn 3 is an absolute nightmare. And I'm sure there are many other decks that also hate the fact that they can go tutor any answer.
Yeah, they play what, like the Lantern or whatever the other versions of Graveyard, Unlicensed Hearse and all that. So you just get completely hosed and stuff.
It's not even just that. It's like, oh, okay, you're not going to be doing fun stuff with your graveyard that makes you win instantly. I guess I'll just play this giant Cavalier on you, and you on turn 3 and you gotta answer this or you're gonna lose. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, oh yeah, also when you answer it, I'm gonna get more answers off the top of my deck. And it's like, oh cool.
Yeah, that's always a feel bad. Dude.
So I understand kind of why people are annoyed at mono green a little bit. Obviously, the more I play, the more I'll figure out if I really hate it or not. But man, I hated Karn. He absolutely irritated the shit out of me. I was trying to figure out how to make Sky Sovereign triggers enough to kill a Karn so I could start swinging with them when I was playing, and definitely couldn't get there. And then I played against mono white aggro twice and stomped them both times because they just can't answer it if I rip the one card out of their hand. Thoughtseize feels real good. It's been a long time since I played Thoughtseize. I think it's been 2 years. And I in paper I now have I've had the Japanese old bordered ones, so I get to use them finally, which is great. But getting to look at opponents' hands and rip out good cards feels real good to know what's going to happen in the next couple turns.
That's the way to live, baby.
I love it. It's great. And in like Pioneer, it's so much better because it's not like you're doing it in Legacy where they can like brainstorm, put things away, and then fetch it away, and you have no idea what they have anymore.
Yeah.
They have the cards. They're not going to change them that much. But I don't know. I had fun. We'll see if I continue to like it. I got to play a couple more leagues, even though I did trashy, went 2 and 3. I've updated my trigger settings or my phase settings.
You always have to do that, no matter what.
It's really funny because both in round 1 and 2, my opponents conceded to me, even though it flipped to main phase 2 past the combat because they thought I was going to activate.
Like, whoops.
So they're just like concede. So I definitely should have lost those, but I did not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to play a little more Pioneer, and I'm happy to have a deck of every format now ready to go if anyone wants to play anything.
Yeah.
Other than Standard.
Well, even Standard, you can play mono. You can buy mono blue for like $42.
I know, and I might just do that for the hell of it.
But if you add Odor Hours, it's like $51.
Oh, yeah, but
and I already own those. Already. Well, I mean, that's the fun thing is like when I went to go look at how much it was going to cost me to play Pioneer, I was like, well, I already have 4 Thoughtseize. I've already got the land base completely. Oh, it's going to be like $80. Cool.
Yeah, I think that's like
done.
Where a lot of players, actually, like a lot of modern players that didn't get in on the Modern Horizons 2 wave that were because pandemic and all that. People that weren't in on that are like, well, I don't own Solitudes, and I don't feel like buying Solitudes because I feel like they're going to get banned. Same with like those other MH cards. They're like, I'm just going to go. And also a lot of people that had like old pre-MH decks were like, yeah, my deck is invalidated now, and I really don't want to invest another $1,000 into this, so I'm just going to go and take my cards and we'll go play with Pioneer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a fun... I mean, it seems like a fun format. We'll see. I like my control decks, so playing a combo deck like this is a bit different for me. Mm-hmm. But it's not bad. I like it. It's simpler. I'm gonna say that.
Greasewing's always gonna be a deck in Pioneer. It's I
wouldn't
put it. Hold on, let me finish. I wouldn't put it as tier 1, but it's definitely always gonna be like that, floating between like 1.5 and 2.
I think it's tier.
Like
it's tier 1. It's just we have a tier 0, which is mono green.
Yeah.
That's all.
I mean, I don't want to say that having only played 1 league with it, but I'll let you know in the next couple of weeks when I play some more. If I still hate it as much.
I hate it. Like even playing it in Explorer because like I'm always like 1 turn away from killing my opponent, and then like they just play Parhelion, and it's like, well, I just took 13 damage. Like this is cool. Yep. And like your answers for that card are very limited.
I'm on the back foot now.
So I guess
that's why you just kill the Greasefang. That's all you do.
100%. I guess if you guys want to jump in to the next topic, we can.
Hold on, I got some.
All right.
I also decided to go and buy. I don't know if I said this last week,
Japanese
but I went.
Stuff.
Yeah, alt art, all of them.
Yeah,
you said that last week.
Pretty much everything's in, so now I got to just stick it in the binder in the right order, and I'm gonna have a fancy looking binder.
We get it. You like anime.
I know. I got my collections.
The other thing I was gonna say is the only format I'm missing now to have a legitimate deck is Legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bud.
Well,
start buying those Force Wheels.
Hold on. The beauty of Legacy is because of the Magic 30th anniversary, proxies are cool. It's universally accepted.
That's what most people just don't care.
That argument's done. Proxies are allowed everywhere. If you don't,
I
if your
meant
store
as
doesn't
far
know-
as being able to go to a store, because I guarantee the store we're going to play
You should just play proxies. No one will say anything.
I mean,
Agreed.
dude, there was one time I was playing at our normal store, and someone had a volcanic island that was straight up the one from MTGO, and he played it in front of me, and I just looked at him and, all right, let's keep going. Why do I care?
Just get him from the Chinaman, and no one will say anything. Just be done with it. Like, if someone's got a problem with it, that guy's...
Just print them out yourself.
No, don't do that. You want to get the Chinaman ones because at least it's card stock.
No, mine look fine.
No, but you can't... Never mind. I don't care. Not getting into this. But yes, just print off the Chinaman ones. The whole... the community as a collective are like, I don't care anymore. They print $1,000 proxies. They can kick rocks. Like, suck it. So, which leads us into... Dun, 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 Bank of America just ripping on Hasbro. Yeah.
Time to buy Hasbro stocks.
Yeah. Is this, are we getting shorted, guys? Is this GameStop too?
No.
Oh my god.
GameStop to Hasbro.
Yeah.
Boogaloo.
So obviously this was a hot topic on Monday, where this article came out where Bank of America is like all of this, like the stock market's like kind of flatlining in the sense of like people aren't going up or neither they're going down, except for Hasbro, which is going down and then down some. They double downgraded
they
them.
dropped like 9% or some shit.
Yeah, and they
like
actually
a matter of an hour.
So the article is a lot in depth. I don't know if you guys spent time to read it. I did, and there's a couple things. One, the big issue is too much. There's just too much product, and that's really what it falls down to. Your average Magic player, your average Magic player has a finite amount of funds. If that fund is $800, it's not like they spend $800 per thing. They spend $800 on the hobby as a collective. So if you come out with 10 things and those 10 things exceed the average player's, $800, $1,600, that leaves stores product $800 in the hole, negating the $800 they spent, and then it's actually more than that because, anyways, it goes extensive into it, and there's just way too much product for the average, and I mean average Magic player to spend.
I don't know, man. Like I said, the whole sitting on the shelves thing, we talked about it last week. I talked about it at like the start of our podcast.
Yep.
That stores will just, because of all the unique products getting pumped out, stores are just going to have products that are sitting on the shelf that nobody wants because the few people who wanted them already bought them and no one's going to buy anymore.
Well, let's look at it this way. Stores, let's go 2010. Stores used to primarily be standard, draft, or sealed, and that's the only way you could run F&M. And what did that promote? Selling product of the most current set, drafting the product of the most current set, playing sealed with the most current set. So their product was flying off the shelves on top of whatever singles existed. EDH now, if you play EDH, you don't really draft because it's not your realm. You don't buy things on your stores because there's a markup. You can buy things cheap on TCG Player or proxies. And then also, if you're EDH, people like to bling their stuff out. There's this mentality now of, here's my favorite commander. At some point, it will be in a secret layer, which then I, again, buy directly from Wizards. So there's a lot of factors that are not going to your local game store. On top of that, they're just getting crushed in the collector booster market. Not to say that they don't sell out, but collector boosters are usually a $310 product or a $300 product at your local game store. You can get them on Amazon for $200. So there's a $100 difference. A lot of people that want to buy or dump a lot of product into this will go online. I usually try to do one-on-one. I buy one from my local game store and I buy one on Amazon, splitting the cost.
Nice. Respectable.
Well, it's like, okay, I'll give one to my game store and then I'll buy one for Amazon, and then it makes them both like equal to 60. Like, it's in my head.
I'll buy packs from the game store. I won't buy a box of that because it's too much money.
Yeah, I just like to have it.
But I'll buy a pack here and there.
So, let's with you guys. I know, Josh, you've kind of gotten out of the realm of spending money in Magic. What would you say your average cost of Magic is per month? Like, if a commander deck comes out, you're spending...
It's like $100, maybe even 150.
It's a decent chunk,
Yeah, it's a real
considering
amount of
it's
money.
like a hobby
I'll
thing.
still buy a box,
Yeah.
but hang on. I'll buy a box, and I'll like over the course of the month, I'll end up riffing through it, and then I'll get rid of all that stuff like immediately.
Right.
Like it all gets sold, traded for something, and like it all traded, and that gets sold right away too. So like, I min max my Magic the Gathering experience.
Yeah.
But I keep the commander decks. The commander decks are my favorite thing to do.
Right, and that's essentially sealed product that you either buy
And
from
I
store
keep
or
'em-
Amazon.
Right, and I don't change them at all either. I just leave them in the box. I like playing right out of the box.
Yeah. And then, JB, what do you think your average cost is? And then, I guess, what's your average cost of sealed product versus your average cost of singles?
See, I took that quiz, not quiz. They had like a questionnaire that they put out like half a week ago or something.
Yep.
And they had some interesting questions on there that were like, how much do you spend on, tell me what products you buy, and then how much do you spend on all those products? And then they even had a thing about like language collecting, which I thought was interesting because it's like, that's totally me. I 100% go for alt languages on certain cards. I've kind of cut back on doing that for like Pioneer and Modern.
Yeah.
But if it's a legacy card, I'm getting it in whatever cool border I want in Japanese every time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'd say probably like $150 a month.
No, but
For
that's
being honest, on average.
But not sealed product, correct?
Not sealed product. I do not touch sealed product.
Okay.
I'm one of those people who buy only singles. I do buy from stores singles sometimes. And, obviously if I'm at F&M or whatever and people are having fun and we're like, oh yeah, let's pack war a pack and let's upgrade it to the collector's booster. I'm like, sure, whatever. But I'm not really counting that because that's like, it is a purchase, but it's not like I have a plan to buy a box when it comes out. I don't do that. I haven't done that for years. But, I still spend like
Buy a box to play with.
Yeah.
150.
I guess now I've
And
been doing the $10 drafts on Monday too.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I think Secret Lair is a thing that's targeting me because I want specific cards, and if you can guarantee me those specific cards in cool things that I want, I'm probably gonna buy them.
Yeah.
And I even wrote in on my thing because they have like spots you can write in on your questionnaire. I'm like, do more Secret Lairs in foreign languages. Let me pick my language, and I will buy way more Secret Lairs than I currently do.
I mean, it truly is like relevant because that's something you weren't gonna spend that money, and now they have your dollar.
Mm-hmm. And like, I definitely would have paid an extra $10 just to get Japanese on those Chibi Planeswalkers over the regular English. I would have given them $10 more to have them slap on a different text.
Yeah.
My new spot is the Galaxy Foil Basic Lands.
Fancy.
Those things
think
rule. But yeah, Jeff, how much money do you think you spend a month?
Oh, he died.
I think Jeff died.
So first disclaimer, before like my recent promotion, like it was very limited.
Yeah.
But now that like I've had more disposable income on sealed product probably each month because we get probably a commander deck almost every month, every other month.
Yep.
Probably around like $250-$300 on sealed product because I do tend to like when I actually go to F&M because it's like the one time I can go, I'll buy like random MH2 packs or I'll buy collector packs while I'm at the store just because like it's something to do between rounds.
Sure.
But I've actually started like buying singles a lot more too, so that's probably like another 150 a month I probably spend.
Sure.
So collectively, sometimes it's around $400 a month.
Okay. Well, I mean, you're trying to build a collection too, so
Yeah.
it's a little different. Obviously, once you start getting a lot of the staples that you're slowly picking up right now, you're going to slow down on that number.
Yep. I very rarely buy singles now unless there's a hot card from like when MH2 came out. I was like, I need 4 Solitudes, 4 Ragavans. I just went and got them day of. Didn't even care. I was like, I need these. I know I'm gonna play
Ledger
these forever.
Shredder was the last time I did that. Was Ledger Shredder.
Yep.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's the thing is, like, you look at you versus me, and you're like, just give me the bare minimum, whatever. I don't care what kind of version it is. Just give me the card that I can play in my deck to be competitive.
Yep.
And I'm like, I want the fancy stuff that I won't be able to open in the booster pack, so I'm never touching a booster pack. Whereas you can open what you want from a booster pack sometimes.
Yeah.
So it feels a little better to buy that box.
Well, I mean, from a collector standpoint, I every set that comes out, I usually buy 2 set boosters and 2 collector boosters. Every time.
Man, that's a lot.
Well, that's just that's what I'm willing to spend.
How many sets were around this year?
This year for standard plus the what was that double masters. So there was Commander, double masters, Crimson Vow. What was after Crimson Vow? Because I
Crimson
think
Vow wasn't this year.
Was it this year? I thought
Crimson and Midnight.
It was this year. No, it was this year.
I thought it was
because like.
No, they both came out in October of last year.
Oh no, he's right. The double feature came out this year, so it was Kamigawa, New Capenna, Commander.
You buy double feature?
Double Master. I didn't do that.
Oh wait, it was Kamigawa that came out this year.
Kamigawa was the first.
Double Masters. I did buy 2 collector boosters of Infinity. I didn't buy. There's no set boosters for that one.
Got one.
Yep. Double Masters, Commander Legend, or the new Commander set, and then this set here, whichever this
Brothers War.
Yep. And then Dominator United.
My last cube update was Innistrad, and that's why I thought it was this year. But then I realized it was. I didn't update it online for. I must not have clicked save or whatever. But I have Kamigawa in the cube.
So I mean, the biggest thing with why I buy product, one, I like to little kid packs with my wife. That's what we like to do. We like to little kid stuff. Set boosters, so I end up with enough commons and uncommons that I'll need. Because I like to have 4x of whatever's coming out. Because it's for me to have it plus whatever random list card I get. And then the collector boosters is for me to just like shiny things. And they're once you've opened up a collector booster, let me rephrase that. Once my wife opened up a collector booster, she has no interest in any other booster. All of the boosters suck.
Because they're
It's
shiny.
all foil. It's all.
Well, like this one, she's like, she doesn't know anything about Magic. She goes, what's in here? I'm like, well, honey, if we get a serialized card that's labeled 169, 420, or 500, it's worth buku bucks. Let's gamble.
Dude, even not. They're going for some of them are going for
well, if it's
super expensive.
Like if it's a design,
69 is 2K minimum.
Yeah. I mean, like a Burnished Heart is like the bad card, right? But if you get like a Ramos 69 one, it's like that card's gonna be I think that card would go for like $5,000.
Two ones have showed up. And I think they're opening at like 3K.
Yeah. People were really upset.
And they're bad ones.
People were really upset because the serialized cards were supposed to be exclusively in the collector boosters, not in the collector boosters that you can get the previews.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, people were
the
upset.
previews getting them is so good.
So if you buy a commander deck, they give you like a booster, like like a preview.
You can order it.
Yeah, they were not supposed to be in there. You can get serialized cards in there.
That's funny.
Yeah, someone because you get 2 cards. It's like a rare and then a promo version.
Yeah, and people were getting serialized cards, and people were getting upset.
It's so good. Why? Who cares?
Are we still doing double Urza versus double Mishra?
You might. I don't know.
No.
I'm kind of off it this year. I don't know where I'm at this year for Fight Nights. We'll see. We'll get around to it.
Well, the next one's got to be the Yugi versus Goku versus Pikachu versus Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I know.
I want to do the Mishra versus Ursa one. I thought that would be fun.
Josh, we can just pick them up and we can 1v1. We'll stream it.
That's not fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Brothers War, bro. Come on.
Can I build it? Hold on. Can we do a class? This might be a sweeter one. So scrap that. Let's do Mishra, Urza, Gix, and Yawgmoth. Do you want to do that?
Or Titanium.
But those don't have precons.
Fair. All right, never mind. I'm off it.
Yeah, that's why we ain't doing it. Get them out of here.
All right. So for me, like I don't buy video games anymore. I don't buy any of that other stuff. Like basically,
I bought God of War.
I don't do anything because I live baby life now. So like my entertainment for me is to crack backs because I have this illusion that I get money back from cracking collector boosters. Never made money once.
But you
not
don't
once.
sell stuff.
Well, you know the rules. This
You
is
don't make
Tony.
anything until you sell.
the podcast. The
You're
podcast
killing me.
motto. The podcast motto: only consume, never sell.
You're killing me with this.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't spend money anywhere else. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's fine.
It's like, here's my life cost, and then like maybe I'll do something here and there. But
Here's my little funsy stuff on the side. Easy peasy.
so
That's like talking about buying cards and stuff. The whole reason I even am getting this Force of Will is someone was like, he always hits me up when a new standard set comes out because he doesn't play standard. So he's always asking me if I want to buy any of his stuff before he puts it up in the groups. So I picked out a couple cards and he was like, well, that's like $2. And he was like, I'm also selling this. And he had like a Force of Will and like one of the new Teferis.
Sure.
So like, I was like, why not? Like, you know, new Teferis, like, I think like $15. So he was like, I'll give it to you for 10 and then Force of Will for 90. And I was like, bet, man. Like, it's the one I'll ever need for EDH. And it just means I'm 3 away. So when Dominaria Remastered finally comes out, I can buy the other 3 I need.
yeah,
Dude, I'm kind of understanding why you guys like building EDH decks now.
You just leave expensive cards
This
in
is-
there. And
yeah,
No,
forget
and
I
you
about
don't
them.
even
forget
buy
about 'em.
expensive cards. I just buy trash cards and stick a crummy deck together. It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Because
Well,
like I'll
I-
still be able to play goofy stuff and like have fun with it.
I watch streamers sometimes or watch like, you know, MTG Stocks or something. I'll literally just grab cards out of my computer desk drawer and I'll find something and I'll be like, let's build an EDH and I'll get halfway through it and most of the time I won't finish it. But it's just something to do.
Josh, I got something
Yeah.
spicy for you for your cube. By the way, I was going around. I've been picking up cards. Do you have a foil Urza's Saga Death Opportunity?
Whoa.
No,
Oh, this is yours now.
that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Here's an opportunity to have a nice Urza Saga
I
foil
have
in your
the
deck.
old. I have the ugly one, or it's not ugly, but I have the one with the girl on it.
Yeah, you can have this one.
Well, now you can
This one's
upgrade, bud.
opportunity. I can't even read that blurry ass card.
That's a promo one?
No, this is from Urza's Legacy, the first time they printed foils.
The OG? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I saw...
That's
Are
yours,
set
buddy.
symbols on the left side? Why was the set symbol on the left side?
My camera's reversed,
Camera.
I think. See if
Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, that confused the hell out of me. I was like, dude, there is no way that that isn't a promo. Because,
And Tony's just like, I got this fake ass card for your cube, bro.
yeah.
Sweet symbol.
Yeah, it threw me off. I was like, man. Oh,
This
yeah.
is a background.
Everything's reversed. Duh.
Anyways, but that's for Josh. But speaking of shiny cards, last week Thursday they had the Magic News and they changed the daily and MTG to be Tuesday. This week was no news at all because it was just them opening packs on stream. But last week they revealed. Why can't I get this?
Where is it? Where is it?
Oh,
What the hell's going on here?
you're talking about the new RCQ cards?
Oh, dude, we'll get into that too.
The expensive ones?
Get into that. We're already an hour into this.
Oh, the
podcast.
cats. Yeah.
Cats.
Dude, it makes me want to not go buy a new Lord Windgrace. See, that's the problem is.
Yeah.
What if they come out with an even cooler Lord
You gotta
Windgrace
sell the
later?
crappy ones and then move on.
Oh.
But
Welcome to EDH,
yeah. So
where your generals cost you money every time a new version comes out.
So this one's got to be an auto buy, right? Because I don't know what came in Little Nigiri, but there's gonna be a bonus card in here, right? What do you think the bonus card is
Dude,
gonna be?
Beladar's a bunch of money, right?
No, that card's bulk. It was reprinted. It was a mythic in Zendikar, and then it was a rare in Battle for Zendikar.
So the first alt art violent outburst you can get.
Yep. So that's why people love that one. Lord Windgrace obviously is amazing. Descendants Path is not a card that I've ever seen.
I can also get a Lord Windgrace not foil, because that is a very important thing to me, is not foil. Because Lord Windgrace only was foil in the OG.
Oh yeah. So
Wasn't he reprinted in a master set?
Nope.
I don't remember.
Trust me, if there was an on foil, I would have gotten it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the extra card is in the little Geary thing either.
I don't know if they had one. They might not have had one, but yeah. So they did.
It's cats.
Yeah, and then the big thing. I guess I'll bring it right over to the screen over here.
Yeah.
I wonder why it's taking priority.
Dude, this fatal push looks so gross.
So
It's
at
so awesome.
the MTG Con that's happening at in Philly, that's up. I think it's in February, I believe. They have 4 See, they call it the Secret Layer Showdown. I don't know why these are referred to as Secret Layer. I don't really care.
I forgot about that thing.
But you have 3 different cards you can get. If you participate, you get this sweet Fatal Push art, which I think is really sick. The top 8 of each of those tournaments gets this Ragavan, so there's only going to be 32 in existence. And then
So this is the invite-only tournaments?
Nope, it's RCQ, you can get into them.
Oh, I thought it was the one you got to win into.
No, these are like... So
I thought it was the DreamHack one.
No. This is not the DreamHack. This is the MagicCon, that we just went through, the 30th anniversary.
Gotcha, yeah.
So, obviously, if you get the Black Lotus package, you'll be into this tournament. This is where they'll release all as one, blah, blah, blah. But
that's a cool play, Matt.
Yeah, so you get 32 Ragavans will be in existence, and then only 4 of this Urza Brainstorm will be in existence.
The most
Dude,
expensive brainstorm on the planet.
Well,
that art is pretty awesome.
So, I think this is back in the day when we would win tournaments, and I mean none of us.
This is a trophy.
Yeah, you would get a trophy, which has no value because it's crap, and then you would also either win a playmat, which is top 8 playmats are kind of lame, but once upon a time they did States tournaments, and States one year had these top 8 promos for Mutavaults.
Yep.
And
they were like
so expensive.
No, they're not. They're like $300 and $400.
They were like $700
That's a lot.
at one point.
That's a lot for a
normal
Mutavault.
Mutavault's $12. The super cool version.
It's even
$400.
cheaper.
Yeah.
Because it was reprinted in the black and white EDH deck. So like Mutavaults are like $3.
Yeah, I remember that card. We used like at $30 for a long time. Anyways, yeah. I'm all about this. I'm so all about this is how tournaments should be done. One, this will be another form of power in the sense of people will know where these are at all times.
Yeah,
agreed.
They'll know exactly who.
Anytime it moves, everyone will know.
And this is a way of creating like exclusive, like unique cards without gatekeeping people because they're just reprints.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like the Blue Eyes effect from Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I always thought that concept would be cool. That if there was like only 4 of a card, but
I mean, the guy
in actuality, go ahead.
No, I was going with Blue Eyes.
I was just gonna say, in actuality, like the concept of having only 4 of a single card would suck, but like doing it as reprints is perfect. Like someone wants to spend, 20 G's on one of these, go right ahead. I don't care. I have my 5-cent brainstorm still.
Well, the guy
who is the Kaiba of MTG community?
Yeah, no kidding.
Dan Bach.
I wouldn't call him. He's not the Kaiba.
I was about to say he doesn't actually play.
Yeah,
I mean, Kaiba didn't really either. He would just sit at the
end. He
walked
around and beat people up with all his money.
Correction. He would, when he held his own tournament, he made everyone else play and automatically just put himself in the top 8.
Yeah,
sure. No, but when he was part of when he went to the island, he was fighting people all day.
Yeah, but he wasn't even in the tournament in Duelist Kingdom.
With these,
he just cheated his way in.
So with these promo cards, even the Fatal Push has some exclusivity.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's only gonna have like 3,000.
Are these only RCQs that are at this 30th
no, it's not
event?
RCQs. They're called Showdowns.
Oh,
there's Secret Layer Showdown Championship, which there's leading through. Yeah, so it's an exclusive event that's at these cons. This is like the new GP.
And of course, they didn't have it at the last one.
Right. Yeah, I mean, nothing's cool. There's only 32 of these Ragavans, so, and this is a one-of-a-kind Urza. There's only 4, Brainstorm. There's only 4 of them. Who's going to be the
art
latest guy
is
that's
so
got these 4?
awesome. No, it's going to be
There's
vintage.
no way anyone ever gets 4.
Come on.
It's going to be vintage.
Well, dude,
No
I mean,
way.
someone will pay, right? Like, there's guys that will
100%.
buy the Time Walk painting. Those same guys are interested in this thing, and
I don't think it's a player that's going to own these. I think it's going to be a collector.
no, I think it's a player. I think it's a guy that's going to be at those tournaments and go, I will give you $10,000 cash right now before you even
Who's
go
got
online with us.
10K for a fucking brainstorm?
Well, it doesn't matter.
A
Like,
lot of whales.
But even then, like these Fatal Push, like the promo Fatal
Not
Push.
after
still
they
be
decided
good.
to buy all the fucking product this year.
Yeah, but then there's only 32 of these Ragavans, right? And this idea I absolutely love because you'll know who top 8'd, and then the winners obviously everybody's gonna. This is like a way to like, hey, we know who owns these 4 brainstorms because we'll know the winners, and they're gonna want to sell them. and that'll be. I mean, like a card like Brainstorm is obviously going to be huge. I don't know what the next card will be, but this idea, I'm like, screw trophies, screw playmats. That's the coolest way to go about this. But there was a little bit of upset for people. Like, why would they do this? Like, why do you care? Like, you can buy a Brainstorm for 30 cents. What are you complaining about?
For real, you can get foil Brainstorms for like $1.
Right. I mean, it's not the pimpest version, but who cares? Like, yeah, but yeah, that's all the news that came. Again, you have the Black Lotus package, the Commander package, which, man, I don't know if they're gonna learn when they're gonna learn their lesson about this Commander VIP package, but come on.
No, they stated that you can buy like single day like Commander zone passes for like, I think it's like $20 or something.
Mistake, still a mistake. Just Commander's not. That's not the kind of Commander people are playing. Nobody wants to, anyway.
I guarantee people will go and pay $20 just to sit in the command zone.
Good point. Probably.
Like, you don't have to buy that package. You can spend the 160 on the cheapest one and then just pay $20.
They're just trying to find the line.
You guys want to do this next year? May 5th, Magic Con Minneapolis road trip.
I'd be down.
Close. 5 hours, sure.
Yeah, let's do that.
5-hour drive, easy.
And then we'll all have to try to win the tournament.
We'll all 0-2 drop and be mad.
No, what's going to happen
is
Josh and Tony are going to get paired against each other, and me and JB are in round 1.
Yep, always.
You guys,
we're in a tournament, we're playing.
Think bigger. We play in all the different events. Each one of us goes into the event, and you have to win the event, so we all end up with the 4 super card.
It's like a Voltron. We can put it all together and be like, we have the most expensive legacy deck on the planet.
For sale, $100,000.
I'm not
all
selling
yours. I would. I don't need a fucking.
Tony, I was about to say. See, that's the problem. Is there is certain people who could win, who just don't want to sell. Who are like, why?
It's my trophy.
I don't care.
It's mine.
It's not enough.
If I have this hanging up
it's
right
not
here,
enough.
You know what's more valuable than cardboard? Money.
That's debatable. Well, that's
cardboard
debatable.
is less expensive than paper, baby.
What's worth more money? A single dollar bill that you can put in a vending machine, or a Black Lotus Alpha that you could try to put in a vending machine? It'll spit it right back out.
Nah, it'll probably chew it up.
Yeah, I know.
That $1 because you can't live without water or food, bro.
Yeah, I know. $1 can buy Fritos. Black Lotuses can't.
Nope.
All right.
Especially now with $1,000 proxies.
Yeah. Also, John Avon's going to be there, and
Who?
the guy who did the Unhinged lands, the original ones.
Oh, those.
John Avon's got
good.
amazing land art. I don't know about these other 2 people, but I know John Avon is a highly.
He's got a lot of lands.
He's
Arts.
a highly desired artist to get signatures from.
I had to get in that 5-color that I built. I had to get out all my John Avon cards because I needed to be able to name R&D Secret Lair, which was the John Avon card. So it's like, okay, I got to take out all my combos, all my land combos, and
yeah. All right, guys. Josh, I know you're looking at your cube and what to update. You've just been sending messages on I got to update XYZ. Bank of America says Hasbro's gonna go boom boom. Hopefully it doesn't go under. And that's.
Oh, there was also something that Mauro posted today, or got questioned. I mean, it wasn't really that important, but it was essentially someone asking him, "Do you guys have any thoughts or plans on doing a Legacy Modern, or a Legacy Horizons?" And the comments were rancid, because he said, "Is that something people would want?" And the comments just blew it up.
Like, people don't want that?
No, nobody.
It was like 50% said yes, and then 25% said, no, look what you did to Modern. And then the other 25% said, what do you not understand about less products, please?
I mean,
I'd be down for a Legacy reprint set.
That's what the Dominaria Remastered is. It's got Forcible in there.
You want a Legacy reprint set, you just do the stupid MTGO Legacy, or the MTGO Master sets, the original Master sets on MTGO. Just do it. Pull the Band-Aid, baby. Let's go. Get the duels out there.
Hell yeah.
Get the Lotuses out there, Moxes. Let everyone play everything.
You could even take out Power. Honestly, I wouldn't care about Power. I'm not going to play Vintage.
Well,
but yeah, that was the original. That was the original Master set.
Like, Vintage just does not seem fun to me. Every time I've watched it, it looks so boring.
Go ahead and play it.
I got
it's a blast.
I would say proxy up a deck.
It's fun.
I'll
I
play.
mean, I don't even need to. I could hop on Moto and do it
That's what I'm
because
saying.
most of the vintage decks are cheap. But like every time I've watched it, it just looks so uneventful.
Man, you got.
There's a lot of things that happen in 1 or 2 turns.
Yes,
There's a lot of build up, and then
like that.
If you like Yu-Gi-Oh, you'll like vintage.
Yeah, I mean, paradoxical outcome is a blast. You just like throw your stuff on the field over and over. Oh, it's so fun.
I played that card in Modern in the Cheerios deck.
It was great.
Oh, that deck was fun, but watching it in Vintage is disgusting.
It's the same thing.
No, it's even worse.
No different.
It is very different because instead of equipments, you're playing mocks.
Yeah, which is
That's
way
a big
better.
difference.
Why would you? You get to play Divining Top and Mox.
No,
It's great. Mox.
Divining
it's
Top
so much
is
fun.
so annoying. Cards shouldn't exist.
See, it's because you hate blue. That's why you don't want to play Vintage.
I mean, agreed. Even though, like,
just play shops.
I always talk about how like red and red white's my favorite, but I probably have played blue red more than I've played any color combination in Magic.
Same.
Just play shops. It's a tax deck. You get to beat people up with big old creatures. It's fun.
I want to bet like 25% of Magic players are blue-red players.
Yeah, okay.
Is that the 25% that knows what a planeswalker is?
Yes.
Yeah, good point. Good point, dude. Nothing makes me smile more than just the idea of, hey, 75% of Magic players don't even know what a planeswalker is. It's like, are you telling me the game that you sell doesn't? 75% of the people that don't know one of the core mechanics. Are you serious right now?
You literally had a set that had like 32 of them in it.
And whenever you make them, they are your like flagstone of the set. Every set. They are on the package every time.
Like, who's this girl? I wonder. It's like, come on, get out of here. Also, you're like guaranteed to open up a planeswalker and like a draft booster. Not just guaranteed, but basically pretty close.
War the Spark.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you were.
That's what I'm saying. There was like 36 planeswalkers in that set.
Yeah, nonsense. All right. Josh, hit us with a hot take. Get us out of here, and then I'm gonna leave this photo of what is pre-modern because I love the old art.
Dimir Aqueduct is the best Ravnica bounce land. It's Wednesday, my dudes.
Is that the black?
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't understand how Amulet works.